I want to show you how to obtain your Minnesota dealer license. A Minnesota used motor vehicle dealer license is more than just a legal requirement. It's a gateway to a highly profitable business opportunity. And with this license, you can buy vehicles at low wholesale prices and sell them at high retail prices, extreme markups. My research shows the average markup's about $2,100 profit between wholesale and retail. In addition, it allows you to offer services such as financing. You can sell extended service contracts, which can add thousands of dollars to every sale. You can add many F&I products, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. You can also legally export vehicles to other countries where there's a huge demand for certain models, and your profits can be extremely high. If you're getting into exports, if you watch through this playlist, I've got another video that covers the export process in depth. And by the way, if you are aware of a country that has a need for a specific type of vehicle right now, please let me know in the comments below. You can get into the very profitable F&I side of selling. F&I stands for finance insurance, but includes many aftermarket products such as vehicle service contracts, guaranteed asset protection, that's gap insurance, that pays the difference between an insurance payout and a loan balance if the vehicle is totaled. Gap is very, very lucrative for the selling dealer. You can sell credit life insurance, which pays off or covers the loan payments in case of death or disability of the borrower. You can easily sell prepaid maintenance plans, oil changes, things like that if you do have a garage. If not, you can still sell like tire and wheel protection, paint and fabric protection, ding protection, key replacement programs, windshield protection. Roadside assistance is a great way to add profit to the sale, and there's a lot of companies that will help you with that as well. Simply put, obtaining a Minnesota used motor vehicle dealer license provides access to lower cost vehicles, higher profits, and an unlimited growth potential in the booming automotive market. And if you watch till the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get direct contact information with the Minnesota Dealer Licensing Office in St. Paul that you can contact directly with your questions. Sometimes these dealer offices information is very hard to find, but if you watch till the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Contact them directly. I'm also going to show you how you can use a software program that will literally run your new business with a few clicks of the mouse. So here's an overview of what you need to do to get your Minnesota dealer license. You're going to need a Dealer Surety Bond and insurance. You are going to need to register with the Minnesota Secretary of State so you can get your Minnesota sales tax number. You'll need to meet your location requirements, and then you're simply going to complete an online dealer application. And right now, Minnesota is about 4 to 6 weeks out. So maybe it'll be a little quicker than that. It could be a little bit longer than that. So first, I want to talk to you about your bond. You are going to have to get a dealer surety bond in the amount of $50,000. Now, if you think a $50,000 bond costs $50,000, I'll give you some good news. It does not. It's based on your credit score, and I want to show you how to obtain the cheapest dealer surety bond. I've helped entrepreneurs like you obtain their dealer surety bonds for over 20 years. And through my experience, I have found how to find the cheapest dealer surety bonds. And I always recommend using a quoting system that instantly checks your credit score and matches your bond with a carrier that specializes in customers with your specific credit profile. And this can really save you hours and hours of phone calls and research. And in most cases, it is going to deliver the lowest bond quote right from the very first. So how much is this going to cost you? I want you to be aware a bond is based on your credit score. So let's take a look at this graph here. If you have a 600 range credit score, you're going to be looking at $300 to $400. And you can definitely make payments on those, very easy to do. Let's jump down here to the bottom here. If you got a couple of blemishes on your credit score, you are going to see some higher prices, but you can easily make payments. And even if you're down in those low 500s, I think the biggest mistake you can make is not getting a dealer's license simply because your bond price is higher than what you think you can afford. I always recommend that you go for it regardless of your bond price, because once you get your dealer's license, your income's going to rise, and in most cases, it's going to rise dramatically. So your annual bond renewal is just a fraction of your profits. And in most cases, when your income rises, your credit score will get better. So hopefully those future bond prices are going to go down. So my best recommendation, no matter what your bond price is, don't ever let the bond price keep you from getting into this very lucrative business. And I'll show you how to get the cheapest bonds here in a moment. And you can make monthly payments on those bonds, which is just a small fraction of the revenue you're going to generate with your license. So I'm always going to recommend that you go to dealerslicense.com, dealerslicense.com, click on the bonds link at the top of every page. You're going to scroll down to the Minnesota link. You will need a few moments for this system to load. It can take 30 to 45 seconds for this automated bond quoting system to load. So you're going to enter a little information, including your social security number. It's going to do a very soft credit check that will not affect your credit score. And then your bond is just going to pop up right on the screen there. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to sign it. It's just a PDF. So you want to make sure that you sign this, and you need to have a copy on your computer. And this basically shows the state that you're going to operate your dealership with a very high level of ethical standards. So once again, for the cheapest bonds to get started with your Minnesota dealership, I recommend visiting dealerslicense.com and click on the bonds link at the very top there. Now, you also have to have insurance in effect. Now, while you're at dealerslicense.com, you can click on Insurance League to get an affordable quote with one of our preferred insurance partners. It's very important to be aware that the state of Minnesota requires a dealer to have what's called a 30, 60, 10 policy. Okay, that's 30 per person, 60 per accident, 10 per property damage. And I want you to be very clear, because the insurance agent may ask you, they should know this, but they're going to ask you who the certificate holder is. The certificate holder must be the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. Now, what is a certificate holder? It's just going to be listed on your insurance form. So when you get your insurance in effect, you're going to see this form. It's called your Accord 25 form. And there at the very bottom, you can see where it says Minnesota Department of Public Safety. That's called the certificate holder. So once again, go to dealerslicense.com, click on the insurance link, and I'm going to do my best to get you the lowest possible rates for your insurance. That is based on your driving record. So bond is based on your credit score. Insurance is based on your driving record. Good driving record, low rates. Horrendous driving record, going to have a little bit higher rates, okay? But you can make payments on your insurance as well. So definitely keep that in mind. Next, you're going to need to register your new business with the Minnesota Secretary of State so you can acquire your required sales tax license, which is easily going to allow you to collect sales tax when you're selling a vehicle. By the way, I'll show you a great dealer software program at the end of this video that will automatically compute and charge sales tax for you. Can't make it any easier to use the software program like I'm going to show you. So we're going to go to sos.mn.gov. That's the official Minnesota Secretary of State website. I've been on this website. You're going to find it is extremely user-friendly. So you can just click on that link right there that says register a business, and it's going to walk you screenshot by screenshot. You'll easily be able to register your new business, which is going to be a requirement for just about every dealership in the state. So please keep that in mind. Now, once you have registered, you're also going to need to apply for a Minnesota sales tax license, which just takes just a few moments. And you can do that at revenue.state.nm. Did I say NM? I meant to say mn.us. Now, I've been on this website as well. You'll find it is very, very user-friendly. There's some great videos on there for you as well. And if you watch to the end of this video, I've got a Minnesota playlist, which has a lot of additional videos that are going to really help you start your business and goes into the very lucrative side of F&I and things like that when you get your Minnesota dealer license. I want you to be very clear, though. Minnesota sales tax is required to have a license. So you have to have that sales tax license and your insurance and your bond before you actually applied for a license. And with that being said, if you've never owned a business that collects sales tax, that software program I'll show you at the end of this video will do it all with a couple of clicks of the mouse, plus get financing for all of your customers as well. And 91% of your customers are going to need a loan. So if you can help your customer get a loan, whether on your lot or in your office or wherever you're selling vehicles as a licensed Minnesota motor vehicle dealer, you'll sell a lot more vehicles. Next, I want to talk about your quick location requirements here. Obviously, your Minnesota dealer license has to be located in the state of Minnesota. It has to be zoned for a dealer's license, okay? Now, with that being said, I want you to be very clear. You can just call your city hall or your county courthouse, let them know the address that you're interested in using, and they'll look up zoning and tell you yes or no. So you have to make sure of that. You will need a small display space for some vehicles, and there are companies out there that can really cater to you. And if you don't have a location, if it's not allowed at your home, you have to check local zoning on that, by the way. Drive around with a couple tanks of gas. Just make sure you do have a location that is zoned for a dealer's license. Okay, now the biggest mistake I see potential entrepreneurs make is, well, hey, I don't want to go out and have to rent a place. So if your zoning doesn't allow you to have a license at your home, the biggest mistake you can make is not getting into this industry because you don't want to go out and rent a small office. Or there are companies that have built buildings that have an office with a couple spaces. that would help you get a Minnesota dealer's license. And by the way, if you're aware of any of those properties, I'm going to ask you to please leave those property contacts in the link below so other dealers can find those links as well. So you do have to have a permanent business sign on the building with your dealership name and at least 6 inches high or larger. So make sure whatever sign company you're having print your Minnesota dealer sign, make sure your dealership name is at least 6 inches high or larger. So once you've completed those steps, you're going to scan your bond and insurance, your SOS documents and sales tax license. You will need to have a photograph ID of each owner on the license, and you're going to take some photographs, and then you're simply going to create an online account, as you see right there. Now here's a long website for you. This is onlineservices.dps.mn.gov, and you'll see right there on the front page, you're going to click register as a dealer. It cannot be any easier than that. And you're going to create an account there on the online services and then scan all those documents, and you should have that license back in about 4 weeks. They'll contact you if there's any problems. You don't have to take any type of courses or anything like that. You just have to make sure that you've met all the pre-license requirements like I showed you there just a few moments ago. Now, I want to give you some very valuable contact information. I have found that most dealer licensing offices' contact information can be very difficult. Sometimes it's hidden, especially the phone number. So here's some contact information for the Department of Public Safety, which should be able to guide you in the right direction. If you have any questions, 651-201-7800. And this is a great email address. Took me a little while to find this. It's dvs.dealerquestion@state.mn.us. See that on the screen there? You can send your questions directly to them. It took me a long time to find that email, and maybe the Public Safety Department is not happy that I've put that on the video, but it is public knowledge, by the way. So you can always reach out to them with additional or specific questions you might have about obtaining your Minnesota dealer license. Now, as I stated earlier, a good dealer management software program is going to help you maintain compliance with your dealership and do everything for you with a couple clicks of the mouse. It could not be easier to run a dealership in compliance with Minnesota state law when you're using a good dealer management system. And I want to show you what a good dealer management system can do. If you're interested in this one, go to dealerslicense.com, click on software right there. You can acquire any inventory that you want. So if you got a customer that's looking for a specific vehicle that you don't have, you can find 30 or 40 of them and have them delivered to your dealership. So not having a vehicle that the customer is looking at is no excuse. Don't let that customer leave the office. You can show them pictures of any vehicle that they want. You can hide the price and figure out the profit and what it's going to take to get it delivered. You can find real-time values, which are technically called booking services. My best advice is to start becoming a wholesale value expert when you get your dealer's license. This particular program has what's called a VIN scanner. So you can put this program on your phone and you go to a dealer auction, take a picture of the VIN. It's going to show you that's a 2008 Toyota Camry or whatever. It'll show you what they were selling for last week, and that's pretty close to what you want to give this week. And it'll also show you your expected retail markup as well. Now, one of the things you're going to see later in this playlist, I'm going to go over vehicle history reports in depth. You got to run vehicle history reports to become very familiar with them when you're in this industry. This will run them for you for 25 cents a piece, which is the cheapest vehicle history report I found in this business in 20 years. So hopefully that'll help you. This is going to have a Minnesota dealer contract and form library. So it's going to print up all your forms for you automatically. You can print up some professional window stickers. It's also going to allow you to post your ads in your vehicles on cars.com, Car Gurus. One click of the mouse, you can put that car you got for sale in St. Paul at your lot there on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Google Vehicle Listings. So the whole country has become your market. You can get a dealership built that has loan applications built right into it. It also includes what's called Deal Driver. So no matter where you live, you just type in your customer's email. All the required Minnesota state documents are emailed directly to them for their digital signature. And they can even apply for a loan. And that way the entire transaction is approved on site. Will allow you to ship or deliver that vehicle. Got a customer in the office that needs a loan, you'll get them a loan in about 30 seconds, regardless of their credit score. And these lending companies will wire transfer the entire purchase price into your checking or savings account, usually within about 24 to 48 hours. It also connects with the state's electronic title ordering system to ensure the customer gets their new title. You can start a very profitable buy here, pay here dealership. Good DMS like this one makes launching a lucrative buy here, pay here dealership easier than ever before. You can manage track loans, things like that, process credit cards. What I'm finding out, a lot of customers want their monthly payment to be placed on a credit card so they can build up points. And so no more calling last month's customer that forgot to mail their check. You can sell your loan portfolios as well. And you may not be aware of this, but the loans that you create in this business as a licensed Minnesota motor vehicle dealer are very, very valuable. And you can actually package your loans every month and sell them if you want to, or you can let that customer pay that vehicle off over the next few years. Most dealer programs cost about $60 a month. This particular one runs 25-cent vehicle history reports. And I want you to be aware, if you're interested in this program, I want to show you how to get a 30-day free trial and a $250 credit. Now, you can go straight to their website, and you might qualify for the 30-day free trial, but you will not get the $250 credit. So if you want the free trial guaranteed and a $250 credit, which allows you to use this software for about 5.5 months, you just go to dealerslicense.com. Once again, I've posted as many resources as I can on that website. Go to any page, click on software, and click that little blue button right there, and you will get the free trial and the $250 credit. So that's the only way to get the trial and the $250 credit. So you'll be taken to the landing page to see right there. You don't have to type in a code or anything like that. You'll see the association logo, and you just complete that information. I do recommend this right before you're getting licensed, or possibly the day that you receive your license. That way you ensure your free usage will last well into your first few months in business. If you start your free trial before you have a dealer's license, that would really cut into the time that you can use it for free after you're actually running your business. I strongly encourage you to use a good dealer management software program. It will simplify and dramatically lower your labor costs for running a dealership. So do please keep that in mind. Now, if you play through here, I do want you to be aware there's a lot more information on the playlist that's going to help you really, really increase your profits as a licensed motor vehicle dealer. Now, there's a lot of things that you're going to see here coming up in this playlist that I've got connected to this video. I'm going to show you how to export vehicles to other countries, how profitable that can be. I'm going to show you how to sell F&I products. I'm going to show you how to get the right type of insurance for you, and also how to get into dealer auctions and not get burned, how to get government loans. If you need some capital, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you proven negotiation strategies. I'm even going to show you how to buy vehicles on the online vehicle exchange. That's OVE, which is only available to licensed motor vehicle dealers. I'm going to show you how to get financing for every customer. And I really do hope that you're finding this information good. You'll see that screenshot doesn't look that good. But anyway, go to dealerslicense.com if you have any more questions about how to obtain your Minnesota dealer license. I hope that you found this video very helpful, and I want to wish you the very best in your new business. Thank you very much.